Was away last week, unavoidably absent. But Fayo Williams, your regular safety Amazon, is back on the seat today. The World Cancer Day 2025 with the theme United by Unique. And with me, I have someone who's going to be discussing how we can reduce environmental risks and ways to minimize exposure. So the gentleman with me is a chief medical director of Mikir Cancer Center, the very first West African Comprehensive Oncology Center with the PETCT-based treatment. He is a board-certified clinical and radiation oncologist with the West African College of Surgeons and the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria. He has degrees in medicine, human anatomy science, business administration with an MBA in qualifications in management consulting and leadership as well. His extensive experience spans various tertiary and secondary health institutions in the public and private sector. He is an active researcher. It's an ojogbo. You heard me. And an advocate for cancer prevention with multiple publications and community screening programs. Lagos, join me in welcoming Dr. Adeoluwa Adeniji.
Thank you very much for having me around.
We are so grateful, Doctor. And another thing is that, my people there, I want to go Yoruba, I want to go Kiti, I want to go Jebu. So we want you to speak in your lingua franca so that they can know that you are with them, you are part of them. Where are you from, Doctor?
Okay, I'm from Lagos. I'm a Yoruba.
Ah, you're a Mimi Pin. Okay, you are from Lagos. Okay, speak Lagos. Let us hear you. Speak it. Let us hear you.
Ekuro Leo.
Ekuro Leo. I've joined my own too, so you understand me now. So Lagos, we are going to have an interesting discussion. And this is all about environmental factors which have reportedly played a significant role in cancer development. Am I right, Doctor?
You're right.
And what has been the trend like? Because when we were young, we were not hearing cancer so many times, but now it appears as if the scourge of cancer is on the increase. Am I correct?
You're right. A lot of things have changed. The number wasn't too high, and also our elderly people, present with certain type of cancer. But now we see it in both young and old. And that is a new trend that even young people tend to have cancer now. So obviously something has changed, including environmental factors.
Okay, so let's now say, this the Yorubas will say, "Bipelebe not imoleje." Let us start from what is all around us. It is ubiquitous. It is air. We breathe in oxygen. We just step out of our houses. We don't even think of it. We take it for granted that, we're going to breathe in oxygen and stay alive today. Until somebody gives you a bill in hospital, say, oxygen, come and pay for it. Now, the air that we breathe in, does air pollution contribute to a cancer risk? Is it part of the risk factors, air pollution?
Yes. In fact, it's a major risk factor, and this is something that everybody needs to pay attention to. For example, when you breathe in air, there are some things that you're not able to perceive, but you are breathing them inside your lungs.
Because they are tasteless and odorless, but they still go inside your lungs.
Exactly.
Doctor, we can continue. We won't hear this one.
Okay, so for example, there are some gas, maybe radiant gas, coming from soil, coming from some water.
What kind of gas did you say?
Radiant gas.
Radiant gas,
yes.
I see.
So because some of these gas, you're not able to perceive them, so it's difficult to detect. But let's even talk about the common ones before we start going far. For example, now, someone is smoking and enjoying, cigarettes.
Near you.
And then
smoking
and
near you.
You are there just gisting with the person and saying, okay, he's the one smoking. It has nothing to do with you. But the truth of the matter is, researchers have established that people that are there who are not smoking, we call them passive smoker, that they are even more vulnerable. That means àwọn kan lọ́mú sìgá ṣùgbọ́n sìgá tó ń fà símú.
It's worse than the person when they move the cigars. Is terrible.
So as a result of that, they tend to come down with lung cancer even faster than people that are smoking actively.
Wow.
So,
Doctor, you are shaking tables today. Because if I have a spouse that is a smoker, am I going to run away? How are we going to do this thing? The fight is going to be plenty. After Docky has shaken all the tables this afternoon.
In fact, this table, we must break the leg.
We must break the leg of this table.
Because you cannot, expose smoke. Make sure that you go to a place that your children,
isolated.
Your spouse,
nobody is there. Now only
even your neighbors. So it's only you and maybe the
nature and the tree.
And the nature and the spirits that are there. You can be smoking. You can be smoking together.
Hey, Baba Sikira. Uncle Chukwu Emeka una dey here. Say if you want smoke, make una go to bush or to forest. So now you and nature and spirits go dey smoke there. Don't smoke in the house. So Emma cobalize those people living in your house. Please, we want to break this down. I'm sorry, we're not going to be English. We want to make it very, very, very heard by everybody. That is what this program is about this afternoon. Now, Doctor, let us go into the household, because as we were growing up, if it is not bleach today, it is one insecticide tomorrow. Because of Tanwiji Yomu, we are using all kinds of things with propellants, with vehicle, with chemicals, with aerosol. And we would like to know, do these common household chemicals, do they have any effect on your risk for cancer?
Yes, they do. I will start this way. There are some household effects. Let's even start with things that you're putting on your skin. There are people that want to, this skin lightening.
Skin lightening. Want to become Oyibo.
Yes.
Oyibo don't go. Now we remain. We are blackie. But doctor, please continue. Don't let me interrupt you.
So there are some chemicals that they have put inside the, what if you see no for example, hydroquinone.
Hydroquinone, so, and they will write it on the packet.
They will write it there. So tabati cream to ni chemical ben ema low. To it ban low, oman fast skin cancer. Then even I won't come me to I'm a thing clean in Legon. The battery something to ni I want things like formaldehyde. I be only something like mercury. But won't come to it tabashi tesi inu ategun. Those things are going to settle on the skin eventually. They can even contaminate the food and the water that you drink. So at the end of the day, the person can develop skin cancer. And then people are going to inhale it. And as such things go inside the lung, it can result into lung cancer.
Hey, doctor, please, I want you to loud some certain things. Because the CC baby that we know that is on the street is looking for that product that has hydroquinone, mercury. They will say it is for skin glow. It's just to make us shine. Doctor, please help me to dispel this myth now. All those things that they just say ultra, can you call glow? Can you call brighten? Are we to avoid all of them?
We have to avoid it because even apart from cancer, there are other medical issues that the person can develop. So as much as possible, anything with hydroquinone, avoid it. And it's always good to use, cream that will make your skin to shine. And then you maintain.
You can use coconut oil, Jerry.
Many people will not like coconut oil.
I am not joking. Okay.
There are good lotion.
There are good lotions that are safe.
They are safe. Okay. So you can use that. You don't even need to bleach your melanin away because they are there for protection. They don't know what is
melanin. They think it's an ingredient of Ibiripo. Please, can you explain what melanin is?
So there are things that naturally they are part of the skin. In fact, when you see people that are darker, so they tend to have more of it. People that are lighter have it, but not as much as people that are dark.
That's why they say black don't crack.
Yes.
Black don't crack, okay?
Black
Ladies, you need to know that black don't crack. And you don't have to put hydroquinone, mercury, and all those things on your skin. So, Lagos, it's time for a traffic update. But just before I go, you are going to have the opportunity of calling in. I'll give you the numbers immediately after this traffic update.
All right, so you're listening to Safety Trend with Fayo Williams this afternoon. Quickly, let's take a look at one or two report before she continues with the conversation. For those of you around Shangotedu, Ilaja Iwadaja is a fast one at this time. Ajandan is the bridge in Word and out. Whatever the road is equally good. Ajandan is the bridge navigating through Abraham Adesonya is fast. Proceeding to Ogombo is equally smooth. Lekki Garden, Phase 2, Alasia, General Paint, also to Lagos Business School. You have very good flow there. Construction is ongoing, but it's not affecting the flow of traffic.
Welcome back to Safety Train. It has been an enlightening discussion with Dr. Adeoluwa Adeniji, the Chief Medical Director of Mikir Cancer Center, the first West African Comprehensive Oncology Center. We have unique and we have drilled down to looking at reducing environmental risks, looking at how pollution, chemicals, and radiation contribute to cancer. Lagos, if you would like to join this conversation, do I have a caller? Hello, good evening. Who is on the line, please? Hello, good evening. Good evening. I hope we can take this call. Hello, hello, hello. We would really like to hear from you. You can send a message to 080991207777, or in the alternative, you can call 091 rather 53877127. Is the caller still on the line? Hello. Hello, can you speak up? Oh, I hope. Hello, Elder Tewak Bade, you are welcome.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. So we have Dr. Adeoluwa with us today.
Well done.
Thank you, sir. He said cancer is in many things that we even breathe in and the ones we use at home. What's your take on this?
What I want to contribute is can't our government ban all these mercury something.
They have banned it to a lot of them.
And make sure all our borders are under that.
Thank you very much, sir.
The way some things enter our country is too bad.
Thank you for your comments, sir. I'm sure that a lot of decision makers are listening to this program, and I want to assure you that we have organizations like NAFDAC who have banned some of these substances, but it looks as if the citizens themselves are a little bit stubborn. So that is why we want you to loud it, as they say on the street. Loud it again, doctor. Please, the ladies, the sissy baby, sissy mamas that are still using mercury-laden and hydroquinone-induced and infused cream, please give them a message from us with love from Lagos Traffic Radio. Tell them that we love them.
Okay, so I want to say this. The best way to show the love is for you to stop using what is not good for your body. Okay, so we love you. That's why we are telling you all of these things, and please act on it.
Thank you. Beautiful. So I am looking for more callers. If we have any, I'm sure Taiwo would let me know. Let's quickly go on to our foods, doctor, because you see this issue of mama put and it's eating out. We love to have our shakuni risa, our rambadouts. I'm making some people hungry. I can see their eyes and their faces. They cannot leave amalang begiri and, suya and all sorts of things. But doctor, we would like to know, contaminated food and water, could this be a risk for cancer?
Yes, it could be. When you look at the source of the water that people drink, and even the way people prepare their food, where they get the food from, you can tell that some of these food items are exposed. And because they are exposed, so chemicals that have been sprayed into the air, from the fumes of the vehicles moving about, from fumigants, and even some agricultural products, even from waste products. it can get to settle on these food items. And some of them have what we call carcinogens. Carcinogens are things that can cause cancer, chemicals. And as a result of that, once the food items are contaminated, the individuals can have, cancer. They are predisposed to cancer. The same thing applies to water. You see, some of these agricultural products that have been washed down, it can go to the source of the water, contaminate it, and people get it without treating the water, and they just drink it like that.
Wow.
So people are at risk if they do such practice.
But if this kind of leads me to my next question about agricultural products, we have found out that in some markets we have things that they call spray.
Yes.
To either make the vegetables look green or to ripen a plantain and things like that. So, doctor, can you just give us some public enlightenment now? Because more real, Yasikira, Beijing spray, I want vegetable yeko, wa okay, rara. Doctor
In fact, this is a big table. And it's always good to break some tables because they are big risk for cancer development. I heard the story of a man who was selling beans and he was trying to kill, the weevils.
Yeah.
Then he put, what they use, all this fumigant, and he put it there. Very funny thing. And the beans looked clean, not knowing that the beans were already contaminated. So we have to be very careful where we use carbamate, we use phthalates to be able to preserve food. These are chemicals that are used to kill the gene of the cell. That will determine what the cell will be like, whether it will grow abnormally or not. So by the time it's destroyed, then people begin to have cancer. So we have to watch out for one another and be sure that our neighbors are not doing such. And if they do, find a way to report them.
Let us talk to the mama. Kesiwani safety train, lorry traffic, Lagos traffic radio, Kawafi, àwọn botu, àwọn kiniyen, wọ́n ti ya sign of skull, pẹ̀lú bone méjì sí wọn, some of them. Wọ́n ti ya, wọ́n ti kọ, do not to be taken. See one, she spray sí beans, one spray sí corn, one spray sórí vegetable. John torí Ọlọ́run, dákun mo bẹ̀ yín ni mo kúnlẹ̀ ni o. Orí share ni mo wà ṣùgbọ́n mo ṣe ń kúnlẹ̀ in my heart and in my mind pé kẹjọ kẹyẹ spray àwọn kìíní. It is very, very, very dangerous. Okay, whatever you can do to preserve your foods, there are cold rooms. You can take your vegetables to cold rooms, okay, and don't spray them with chemicals. Now, how can people reduce their exposure to radiation? Because we talk about, I think we need more enlightenment on this issue of radiation. Some people have up to 3 phones, the bourgeois, and then they put them in their pocket, they put them in their handbags, sometimes they carry them around, they use microwave, and then there's this fear, boya microwave lumpayo. Can you please dispel some of the myths around this radiation and devices that do give off radiation?
Okay, thank you. So when it comes to radiation, there are 2 categories. There is the one we call ionizing radiation, and there's one we call non-ionizing radiation. Non-ionizing radiation do not cause issues. They don't give, they are no risk factor for cancer development. But ionizing radiation can cause cancer, can predispose individuals to cancer. So phone usually would emit non-ionizing radiation. So when people put it close to their chest or their ears, they are fine. Nothing. Then even microwave oven, even radio, TV, they are non-ionizing radiation.
Bad boy. The microwave ovens have been labeled.
Yes, in fact, I have heard so many things about microwave oven. Every time in the consulting room, we are always, breaking all the myths and saying, "Oh, this is not true. This is not true." So for microwave oven on its own, it does not emit ionizing radiation that will give rise to cancer. However, there are some plastics that are made up of vinyl, chloride. These are thick plastic that they normally use to do the floor, the pipes, and the rest. So people have used it to make plates that they use.
It's unbreakable because of Junior. Junior used to break plate anyhow, so they make unbreakable plates, and I'm sure these kind of plastics may be in them. Please go ahead.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, once you eat it too much, it will release, this particular vinyl chloride, and that can predispose people to cancer. So it's better to use utensils like stainless utensils, the wooden utensils, and so on and so on. And then let me also say this in the
you can't
kitchen.
put the stainless in the microwave, right?
Exactly.
No metals in the microwave.
That's
Okay,
another
please
thing.
go on.
So you can't use stainless. So now let me talk about this particular thing we call the non-sticky pots. There are some non-sticky pots that have some what we call the fluoroethylene, fluorooctanoic acid. Once we eat them too much, they will release the fumes, and these fumes can predispose. So when you are getting your non-sticky pot, it's good to know what is the pot is coated with, so you'll be sure that you're safe. Don't just buy anyone that you want.
Okay,
as
so
much
which
as
ones
possible.
which coatings are safe, so that we can check the package, before we buy? Which kind of coatings are safer?
So as much as possible, the regular coating thing for the pot. For example, you have your metallic iron, and then the regular ones. But once you see anything like fluorine containing compound, you have to be very careful.
Very
or you have a form of vinyl chloride also, you have to be very careful.
Thank you so much. Now, can we look at policies and regulations? Do we have enough policies and regulations to protect the public from environmental carcinogens? And along with that question, let's look at the industrial sector, because some of us want states that are highly industrialized. We clamor for it. It is my Mercedes is bigger than yours kind of braggadocio that we are doing. We want more factories, but hardly anybody looks at the effluents, the industrial pollutants, and so on. Can you tell us a little bit about that problem? But I don't know if we'll take a traffic update, and then you can close, with this awareness on industrial pollutants and what we can do about them.
All right, Lagos, let's do the concluding part of Shango Tedu. We'll take it from Lagos Business School here now on road to Gidon Bridge. It's a fast one, linking Peace Garden Estate. Proceeding to Maje, Kabijo Awoyaya, School Gate, Lakowebo, Gije, Leko. It's all fast. The return journey is also looking very good. Ogido, Arit Ibrahim Adesoya, Aja underneath the bridge, and Alesh. Cool and calm one at this time, and there is no record of breakdown.
Thank you for staying glued to Safety Train on Lagos Traffic Radio. My name has always been Fayo Williams. Maybe not always been, but it's now Fayo Williams. And with me is Dr. Adeolua Adeniji, and he was very kindly invited here by Mr. Anthony Igbenedion, Head of Marketing for Mikio Healthcare. Thank you, Mr. Anthony, for actually securing Dr. Adeniji's presence here with us today. And as we round up on Safety Train and the issue of reducing environmental risks, looking at pollution, chemicals, and radiation, and how they contribute to cancer and ways to minimize exposure, I would like him to birth on the issue of industrial pollution. How big is this problem, really? And are there enough policies to protect the public from the effects of industrial pollutants?
Yes, industrial pollutants are big issues, and we are seeing them every day. For example, even if you look at the effects of some of the waste products that come from some companies or organizations on the water, you see some of the fish, they died. To tell you that some of those things are poisonous. They are poisonous.
Life.
Then when you look at fumes coming out from the diesel engines, going into everywhere, the air, people in their rooms, in their houses, they are inhaling it because the windows are all open. So that is another thing. So someone can get, lung issue, lung cancer, skin cancer, contaminated water in their houses, contaminated food items, then all these fumigants, all these insecticide, pesticides that they use in agricultural products, the same thing. So industrial pollutants are real and they are everywhere. So we need to watch out for that. And I'm glad that the government is doing a lot of things about it, especially policies, regulatory bodies are all over watching out for, most of these companies to ensure that they keep to the right thing.
Beautiful. And I'll take that as your final word, Dr. Adeolua Adeniji. It's been such a big pleasure, and it's been an enlightening time speaking with you. My name again remains Fayo Williams. I am available across social media at Fayo Williams is my handle on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. This program comes to you with the support of Rely Supply Limited, makers of first aid boxes and first aid trainers. To call for details on how to promote your brand on Say Radio and show yourself as a safety champion, you can call 0818 1313156. I'll take that again, 0818 1313156. Till I come your way again, it's via con Dios, which means go with God.
We are the dial that helps you navigate.